Right about now. By the way, what are your expectations for this game? Like,
I expect it to be kind of a slugfest, to be honest.
Yeah.
I talked about it on the Start Sit show. I basically was like, yeah, this game is not going to be one that you want a lot of fantasy players in. I don't have personally in any of my playoff matchups that I'm in, I don't have anyone playing in this game, but I do face Robert Woods in 2 of them.
Damn, yeah.
So hopefully he has a down game.
Oh, yeah, I got to set some of my lineups because, I have Christian McCaffrey on those teams, and he's accordingly doubtful.
Yep.
How did I get, I still don't get, how I've made the playoffs with basically every team that I've had Christian McCaffrey on. It's tough, but you got to do what you got to do, right? Let's get Spicy Hot. He says first. What's up, Spicy Hot? Nice to see you back in here. Jared says, damn, forgot to comment. I've been here for 3 minutes. LOL. Yeah, tough. Should I pick up the Seahawks defense or Saints defense for this week? Give me the Saints defense.
Yeah, the Saints defense against Jalen Hurts in his first start. Give me the Saints defense. Even though the Seahawks are playing the Jets, the Jets are not a complete joke, I don't think, on offense. Sam Darnold's playing a bit better. The Jets offense got some weapons now. I think Jalen Hurts in his first start in that train wreck of an Eagles fucking situation is probably a better shot at turnovers and stuff like that. Plus, the defense is just better in New Orleans than it is in Seattle.
For sure. And as you guys will see on the rankings, I actually do like Jalen Hurts this week. That doesn't really have much to do with the matchup, because obviously the matchup is tough. The quarterback landscape is so tough after the first 12 options this week. It's
okay. Hold on. Let me ask you something.
I have him right in the Matt Ryan, Ben Roethlisberger.
I agree. I know what you mean. It is kind of bad, but okay. So do you have him ahead of Ben?
Yeah, one spot, I believe. I have Ben at 30.
I can't get on board with that. Do you have him ahead of Stafford?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because Stafford has been so inconsistent these past.
Stafford's okay. Well, one thing that I talked about in the second part of the Start Sit video that I just recorded and will be up for you guys tomorrow morning. I was going to put it up today, but I figured there's football on now and no one's going to watch it. So I'll just put it up tomorrow morning. Is that Matthew Stafford had a 13.7 ADOT in the game that since they fired Matt Patricia, and then his ADOT was 8.5 and it was 13 last week. And he had 21% of his passes 20 plus yards. So, I mean, maybe he's pushing the ball downfield a little bit more, and the Packers aren't he did this against the Bears last week too. The Bears are a freaking great pass defense. The Packers are not as good of a pass defense as the Bears. I think Stafford is just fine as a top 15 quarterback, and I would 100% start him over Jalen Hurts, and I will bet you on that right now.
I'll tell you the order I currently have it. So I have it Hurts, Big Ben, Stafford, Cousins, Ryan.
Okay, so I have it. Okay, so this would change if Julio doesn't play, which is possible. I'll move Ryan down, but I have it Ryan, Taysom Hill. That's 11, 12. Roethlisberger, Stafford, Cousins, Daniel Jones, and then Jalen Hurts. I have Jalen Hurts at 17.
Ooh. Oh, you have Jalen Hurts behind Daniel Jones, eh?
Yeah.
I'll easily take that. Easily.
Yeah, I'll still take that. I'll do that bet.
We'll write that down.
I'll easily do Stafford if you want to do that. I'd actually more comfortable.
I actually like Stafford. I have Stafford one spot behind him.
Okay.
But I had and we could change. To be fair, I'll give you the benefit if we could change it to Stafford if Jones doesn't play.
True. All right, Jared's. That's a tough decision, man. I don't have this exact decision, but that tier of running back is a hard decision to make. So okay, here, let me go through that area of running backs. Just who I'm talking about.
I'm going Drake. I'll tell you.
Drake?
I have it currently 17 Drake, 18 Melvin Gordon because he goes against the Panthers, 19 Miles Sanders.
I have Melvin Gordon at 26.
Really? Interesting. Why?
Because he split snaps and carries 50-50 with Phillip Lindsay last week, and he had a 70-yard run, and that's the only reason he was good.
He still had 131 yards, and he looked.
Yeah, 70 of that came on 1 yard.
100%. He also has the most run funnel defense in the league.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, so Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a run funnel defense with Miami,
but a week after not getting, I know the sickness and everything. But
I'm throwing that game out. That game doesn't matter to me.
Fair. I mean, it's still
that tier of running back though. So from
the fact that we're mentioning Miles Sanders in that tier right now is insane, but he has not been.
I have Miles Sanders at 29, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought
I was on him. Literally, he's on the thumbnail for the video tomorrow, and I have him as a sit. Said sit him.
Yeah. I mean, I had him at 19. I thought I was low on him, and the only reason I even
at
had him at
29.
19, the only reason I had him at 19 is because obviously I'm a little higher on Jalen Hurts, and I'm like, okay, maybe he can get some, decent receiving work.
He has to score a touchdown, or he's going to
He
suck.
has to. He has to.
Has to. And you want to know something about that? The Saints have allowed 3 rushing touchdowns this whole season.
Yeah. Let me see. So I have it. Yeah, Sanders at 19. Actually, I'm going to put him behind Mostert. Mostert now at 19. David Johnson, Cam Akers, Clyde, Giovanni Bernard, Kareem Hunt, and then James Conner. So far, like it's subject to change, but like that's around the area.
But here's how I have it. This tier of running back is hard to decipher. So one thing that's going to be a little surprising for you to hear, I have Jd Mckissick at 17. Yeah, and then I have so Kenyon Drake I have at 18. Clyde Edwards-Helaire I have at 19. So if that answers your question, Jared, I would go with Kenyon Drake over Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Even though it is a tough matchup for Kenyon Drake, he's been more consistent on the goal line. He's been more consistent in terms of his carry volume, so I would go with him. But I do like Clyde this week because Miami is very bad against the run. And the way that, if you look back at Clyde Edwards-Helaire's game logs, the times he's gotten a lot of work have been against run funnel defenses, like the Bills and a couple other defenses like that. So after that, I have J.K. Dobbins, DeAndre Swift, if he plays. I don't think he's going to. Kareem Hunt, Raheem Mostert, Cam Akers, and Melvin Gordon. Those guys are all in like a clump that it's really like going either way. The reason I moved J.D. McKissick up that far is because I was like, I actually feel more confident in J.D. McKissick to get volume, receiving work, and all that kind of stuff over all of those guys.
I got an interesting bet for you because clearly I'm higher on someone, you're higher on someone than I'm lower on. We're gonna do Melvin Gordon versus J.D. McKissick.
Okay. Easy.
I have McKissick
scoring format.
Half PPR. Okay. Yeah.
McKissick's gonna get like 10 targets.
But I don't think his role is gonna change all too much.
I do. I don't think he's gonna get 60% of the snaps, 70% of the snaps, and he might even, but I think it's going to be a 50-50 split between him and Peyton Barber. Peyton Barber sucks and can't run against the 49ers front. So McKissick's going to be the guy that gets all the work. I think McKissick gets like 15 touches and like 7 or 8 of them might be receptions.
I think he gets at most like 7 carries. Like, I don't think he's getting more than that.
That's fine. If he gets 7 carries and 8 receptions, then he's going to be a top 15 running back.
But I get that, but projecting 8 receptions, like he could very well do it.
That's very easily projectable with the situation he's had. Even with Gibson on the field getting targets himself, he's been getting great volume in the receiving game. Alex Smith is literally chucking it to the running back at the highest percentage of the league right now.
We'll see, though. Let me write it down. McKissick versus Gordon. Okay, perfect. We're getting these bets noted down early, so we can have a lot more to talk about on Sunday.
Okay. Spicy hot.
Man, you actually won the Ayuk one on that.
You love to see that, man. Ayuk's a stud.
I'm 2-1 against you right now, and I think Ruggs in half PPR is leading Lamb by 7 points since that bet.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we had Ruggs versus CeeDee Lamb. Yeah,
he had the touchdown. All right, let's catch up on some of these. My team really voted Paul. 2 years ago, I remember this. I actually lost in my semifinal the week after because Odell Beckham just said, "Nah, fuck you," and Cam Newton got hurt in the game and a bunch of garbage I'm not gonna get into. But the week that I had my bye, I finished first place. The week that I had my bye, my team put up 190 points in half PPR, and then the week after, I put up like 80 because my team all got hurt.
Yeah, I remember I lost by like 4 points the year that Antonio Brown didn't play in like week 16 or whatever it was. That was so horrible. I was so mad.
Oh my God.
Remember when he like just went AWOL on the team or whatever? I was so pissed.
Was that after freaking Juju Smith-Schuster got named like their
MVP? Yeah. And I would have won my matchup for sure if he would have just played.
Damn. I made the playoffs in all 4 of my leagues. Yeah, that's lit. I don't even know. Like I
made the playoffs in 4 out of 7 of my leagues, and I got robbed in one of them. That I didn't make the Scots. I can't believe I didn't make the playoffs in Scots.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to see that, so I finished first in that league at 9-4, right? From 2nd to like 10th.
9th. I was 9th, and I finished 7 and 6.
2nd to 9th. So second place was 8 and 5, and then 3rd to 9th was literally all 7 and 6. All 7 and 6.
And I finished it. I came in 9th because I managed to have a good record throughout the season, but I wasn't scoring any points. And the reason I managed to have a good record because I made like a couple good decisions. But I lost Austin Ekeler. I lost Saquon Barkley. I lost Raheem Mostert. I lost not Chris Godwin. I lost another receiver and like my tight end and stuff too because I had OJ Howard and Blake Jarwin and stuff. Like I just lost so many players. and I somehow managed to get to like a winning record. And then everyone crapped the bed last week in a must-win situation for me.
Hey, I honestly still have no clue how I got first place with having Christian McCaffrey basically miss the whole season, Dak Prescott get injured in the fucking week 5. I was playing.
You also fleeced all the noobs in that league. You like what? Did you get like Dalvin Cook for like a first round pick?
I got it for the 101.
That's ridiculous. That's still ridiculous.
But at the time, people actually had like Jonathan Taylor, Clyde Edwards-Helaire as hyped up as being better.
Not better than Dalvin.
No, but like if
I mean, I guess Dalvin didn't have a contract at the time, so maybe that would have been part of it. But
and then I ended up flipping Dalvin for Kamara in a 4th, so that carried me when Dak got hurt. I only had one quarterback, and it just so happened to be Kyler Murray. But literally, I was starting like a random receiver at my super flex every week, and I got the 9 and 4. It's pretty epic. Who should be my RB2?
David Montgomery.
Yes.
Don't even think twice about it.
Yeah. David Montgomery's going to win some leagues, man.
In the order I have those guys ranked is David Montgomery, CEH, and Mostert. Jacobs is not going to play. John Gruden already came out and said that Jacobs isn't like he doesn't expect him to play. So just kind of just disregard him. But Montgomery I have at 10, CEH I have at like 18. So it's a pretty big difference between those guys. And then I have Mostert at like 23. So
yeah.
I like Montgomery the best by a mile there.
Wait, did you just say Clyde at 18 and then Mostert at 23?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have it David Montgomery at 10.
Sorry, I have Clyde at 19 and Mostert at 23.
Oh, I was going to say I have David Montgomery at 10, Mostert at 18, and then Clyde at 23.
Oh,
so like I was going to say we were flipped there. 2 running backs in the flex.
Okay, so I'll go with the first 2 guys for my running backs for sure.
Yeah.
Gallman and Gaskin. And okay, so Chase Claypool is expected to see a lot of Tre'Davious White, not necessarily a shadow matchup, so he's out for me. Antonio Brown, I love his matchup, but I think I would still start McKissick over him.
I'm going Mostert, man.
Yeah, so we're kind of split on this one. I'd go Gallman, Gaskin, McKissick.
Gallman, Gaskin, Mostert.
You didn't say what the scoring format is, but that would probably definitely impact it. If it was a full PPR league, would you go McKissick over Mostert?
Full PPR, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so the scoring format would definitely kind of sway that. For me, it wouldn't. I would go with the first 3 regardless, but
I always just assume when it's not like specified, it's just half PPR because like it's he said full PPR
because it's about halfway in between the 2. Oh, he said full PPR, so I would go with the first 3 that you got there.
Yep. Hi guys, need to Claypool, AB, Crowder.
Oof. I like Crowder this week, but I think it's probably like AB is for sure in for me there. But I would go with Claypool on the other one, even though Claypool has a bit of a tougher matchup. I can't start Jameson Crowder over him.
Yeah, for sure. If we were talking about early season Jameson Crowder, that was getting like 12 targets a game.
Yeah, he was great early season, and the Seahawks have actually been a lot better against fantasy receivers lately than they were early in the season. They were like historically terrible. Yeah.
Not to mention though, with Denzel Mims missing this game,
I touched on that too, is that it does definitely impact Crowder and Perriman like a little bit. It makes them a like fringe starter flex plays, but I think
Perriman and DFS
in a bad matchup is good enough to get it done.
I think Perriman and DFS is a smash this week too.
Yeah, I don't mind him. If Mims affects Perriman more than he does Crowder, I think.
For sure. So we left off on Alpi. We actually got a $4.99 super chat from Steven Drakes. Appreciate that a ton. He says need 3 and a flex full PPR. So basically we're benching 1 here. And out of those options, I'm benching the receiver. I'm going with all 4 of those running backs.
Yeah, I would as well. Yep. For sure. I think the way I'd have it ordered is Carson, McKissick, Drake, and Akers is the way I'd have them like in terms of how I would play them.
I personally would go Carson, Drake, Akers, McKissick out of that.
Yep.
So I mean, either way, you're starting all 4, but I don't. It's tough to sit Crowder in this matchup, but again,
it's a great matchup for Crowder, but I still think even like the inconsistency he's shown as of late it gives me pause enough that like he's not the guy that he was earlier in the season.
Yeah. And I mean, not to mention, I don't think we can expect 21, 24 touches per game or whatever we saw from Akers last week. But if he's earned like a 15 type touch per game role, especially against New England, which is a favorable matchup tonight, I'm going to be having a lot of Akers, especially in like wherever I can get him. Like
I went over Akers, and I think I don't expect him to come out and be an 80% touch share running back.
60,
but I do expect him to be the most productive running back on the team.
Man, it's still gonna haunt me that in my main home money rookie keeper league, I had JT, so like that lessened the blow for the keeper bar. I held him for the first 12 weeks, needed a defense because I wasn't sure the Steelers were playing, and then dropped him the week before he broke out. Not for 84 and a tut.
You dropped Akers in a keeper league.
I had JT as a keeper and I couldn't trade him.
And it's you can only keep one rookie, so you wouldn't have kept Akers anyway.
Wouldn't have kept him, but it sucked though because I picked him in the first round with the keeper aspect. Ended up getting JT. I held him all this time, and I'm like, oh fuck, I need a defense because I'm not sure if the Steelers are gonna play.
Yeah,
and then dropped them, and then I couldn't get him back off waivers because he popped off. And
true. All right, let's get to Alp's question here. He said, oh yeah, and Calvin Ridley is my flex. Okay, Calvin Ridley's going to be great, especially if Julio misses the game.
For sure. Kevin says, hey, do you guys do IDP?
I've never played in an IDP league. It honestly just doesn't really interest me that much. I'm sure it's probably pretty fun, but I don't know. The reason I don't like IDP is kind of because the players that are good in IDP leagues are not necessarily good in real life.
Yeah.
Which I guess Martinez. You could probably say that for fantasy as well, like regular fantasy as well. To some degree, because I don't think I don't know. So, like, there's a lot of receivers that are good in fantasy that aren't really good in real life. But
David Johnson,
or David John, exactly, or Todd Gurley a couple weeks ago. But IDP is even more so. It's like Blake Martinez is like the best linebacker in
Jalen Smith, Jordan Hicks. But I will say, like, every now and then, like I could. Like if I wanted to, I could probably be good at IDP simply because I can understand trends. And like if for example, you're getting the middle linebacker for the Cowboys ends up getting, like, say Jalen Smith got hurt, I would know that Joe Thomas would be able to step in and get a ton of tackles because as bad as this defensive line it siphoned so many tackles between those running backs. So, just being able to understand defensive situations, how their defense works, who's supposed to be making the plays on a certain defense. Because let's be honest, in every single NFL defense, they have a specified couple of players who are basically going to be getting the majority of the tackles throughout the game. I mean, like, look at the Panthers when they had Luke Kuechly. I think he was basically getting 75% of their tackles.
Devin White gets all the tackles for Tampa.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd be interested in checking one like maybe one league next year just to kind of get a taste of it. But it's not something in particular that I'm like, oh, I need this, but yada yada. But yeah, I'm definitely not qualified to give any advice on it at this point. I got to start Akers the week they play my team. Like, yeah, I know. He has to start Akers and they're playing.
I made a DFS lineup. Let me know what you think of this. It's kind of a contrarian like play. Obviously, it's a tournament, so like of course it's a contrarian play. But here's who I got in it. I have in my DFS lineup. Can you guess who my MVP is? I bet you can't.
Let me give me a sec. It's not gonna be Jacoby Myers. I'm assuming it's a receiver because you said I couldn't be able to guess. Oh, so it's a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Not James White, is it?
It is James White.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it because
I have James White, Cam Akers, Cooper Kupp, Jared Goff, and Jacoby Myers in my lineup.
Interesting. I was thinking about Jacoby Myers. I'm like, wait, he wouldn't be in the MVP. But yeah, James White's a good shout, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's get into some of these questions. Evening, gents. Made the playoffs. Full PPR. Choose to Deontay, Brandon Cooks, Woods, and DeAndre Swift. Wow, that's a good.
I'm going to sit Swift there just because I don't think he's going to play based on the talk that is coming out of Detroit. Even if he does play, I think he's going to be limited to some capacity. So I think I'm going to sit him because I really love Deontay Johnson this week and I really love Brandon Cooks just in general, getting the amount of volumes he's getting. So I'll go with the first two guys there, but Woods and Cooks is really close.
Yeah, for sure. I currently have them. I have Cooks at 15 and Woods at 18. So, I mean, they're really close in my opinion, but I love Brandon Cooks, man. I know the matchup is tougher against Chicago, but man, like we saw Kiki Kuti go for 8 for $141. Like this offense doesn't care who's at the receiver spot. They're going to get fed volume no matter the matchup because of how that offense works, right? And how bad the defense is. And when you're looking at it for Brandon Cooks, right, people are talking about all over the waiver wire, oh my God, pick up Kiki Kuti, pick up Kiki Kuti, pick up Kiki Kuti. Most of that production that he had last week was when Cooks was not on the field because Cooks actually left the game early, had concussion symptoms or whatever, or they expected he had a concussion, ended up being cleared. He was fine, came back in the game in the fourth quarter. But for the most part, between the second and third quarters is really when Kiki Kuti started like putting on a ton of stats. And if Brandon Cooks is playing the full game for you, like I just feel like 85, 90 yards is his floor at this point, given
And
how
he's going to get 8 to 10 targets minimum.
Yeah. And if he's giving you that, like he's going to be a top 20 at minimum receiver. And if he scores a touchdown, I think he'd be a wide receiver.
And there's definitely a chance in this game that Gilmore, they just don't throw at Gilmore. Like there's a very good chance. That's what scares me about Woods, is that Woods is going to be on Gilmore primarily. And they're probably just not going to throw at Gilmore probably. So like they'll probably look to Reynolds. And I think Reynolds, if you're going to do a showdown lineup, is not a bad play at all. I think he's a pretty solid play actually. And I think Kupp is going to be the Rams receiver that does well. But again, I play Robert Woods in 2 of my playoff lineups. So I'm virtually jinxing it by saying that, and Robert Woods is going to go off against me. So
for sure. Yeah, I'm just fiddling with the rankings as well. I have a choice for my first round of my playoffs. Pick 2 ones a receiver spot, others a flex, standard scoring. Woods, Kupp, Dobbins, Akers, Booker, please. So, what are your thoughts on this? So the receiver spot, I'm most likely locking down Kupp because I like the touchdown upside he provides over Woods. Out of the other 2,
I'll take Dobbins there.
Yeah, Akers or Woods is tough, in my opinion.
Standard scoring.
That's what makes it tough for me.
So it's definitely between Dobbins and Akers for me. I think I will go with Dobbins just because, and this is more of a gut feeling than I think anything else, but I think Dobbins was eased back in, back to the game because he was out for he was out for a bit out of the team facilities because he had COVID, right? So he couldn't go to the team facilities and practice and shit. So I'm guessing what happened was they made the game plan without Dobbins there, and then they just kind of eased him back into his role. I'm hoping coming this week. I actually got to ask your opinion on this. I asked the people in the comments on the last video, who would you start in this situation? Because I have a very, very tough decision. I have 2 flex spots, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I currently have. Actually, just let me go. Go to the next question. I'll go to it in a second.
Okay, go for it. I'll actually show you guys on the stream like my playoff matchup as well, and you guys can let me know who has the edge. Start 2 Terry Woods. I'm actually gonna go with Deontay and Terry there personally, even though like I feel like I'm disrespecting Woods every week.
I know. It's not that I don't like Woods. Deontay is in a great spot this week. And Terry is in a pretty good spot as well, even though he's got Jason Verrett likely in coverage, but like. Terry's not going to have 2 bad games back to back.
Like I currently have Deontay at 15. So, I'm all in. And
okay, so I need a receiver and a flex, right?
Yeah, go for
my
it.
Options at receiver. Let's just start with the receiver spot. I have T. Higgins against the Cowboys. You know how bad your defense is. I got DJ Chark against the Titans, but it's DJ Chark, man. He's up and down. Risky. And Ayuk against the Washington football team. It's a terrible matchup.
Going Ayuk.
You'd play Ayuk even in that bad matchup.
I'm still going Ayuk, man. He's the one I trust the most. Honestly, it's crazy at this point.
Really? Like, you don't trust T. Higgins? I trust T. Higgins.
T. Higgins is the close one.
T. Higgins is who I'm going to start, I think. But Brandon Allen playing is a big deal to me. Because Brandon Allen is actually competent.
For the record, it's close. I have currently actually I have T. Higgins one spot higher than Chark. So I have T. Higgins at 30, Chark at 31, and Ayuk at 28. So, I mean, they're all in that, like, same.
They're all very close. Yeah. I know. Okay. And then for the flex spot, I could use any of the other 2 receivers that you didn't use there. For me, that would be Higgins, as I currently have Higgins in. Yeah. So that would be either Chark.
I think Higgins is a lot safer.
Yeah. I think Chark or Ayuk could be used here. But at running back, I have Clyde, Dobbins, and who's the other guy? Clyde, Dobbins. I'm tripping out. Oh, no, that's it, because I have Rojo locked in. Dobbins. So you'd go Dobbins over Clyde, huh?
Pretty significantly for me, actually.
Against the Browns?
Yeah.
They're pretty good run defense. I'm thinking
100%.
So I've gone back and forth on this a couple times. I think I am leaning Dobbins as well. Yeah. Just because, one, I know Dobbins is the better running back of him and Clyde.
Definitely.
I know the offense is more geared toward the offense of game plan is more geared towards J.K. Dobbins than it is to Clyde because they just throw the ball so much in Kansas City. And who can blame them? If me and you were the offensive coordinators, we'd be doing the exact same thing. Clyde is just not, he doesn't have the floor, man. He's got such a low floor.
I know his range of outcomes is ridiculous.
And this is the matchup I should win based on like who he has Antonio Gibson who's not going to be playing.
Is it your playoffs?
Yeah, it's week 14, first round.
The guy I'm playing in the first round also had Antonio Gibson. His RB2 is going to be one of.
It could depend what Woods does tonight too, though, because if Woods goes off tonight, then and I need the ceiling.
Safer. Okay.
If I need the ceiling, I'm going to be starting Chark as my receiver, I think.
So, guy I'm playing right now currently has Darrell Henderson in his RB2. So
that's pretty good.
I'm going to have to fade that because if I see Darrell Henderson
too, I actually didn't even realize that. He has 2 guys tonight.
Dude, if I see Darrell Henderson score a touchdown tonight, I'm actually going to be so upset.
Yeah.
But with the amount of acres.
His RB1 and 2 are Damian Harris and Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
My RB1 and 2 are Alvin Kamara and Wayne Gallman. And I have Rojo.
Yeah, I currently have as my running backs in my lineup. I actually have 4 running backs in, believe it or not. I have Kamara, Taylor, Kareem Hunt, and David Johnson right now.
True. Okay, we should probably shut the call up and get this
questions. Yeah, let's get these. My bad. I'll show it on the screen after. Gaskin, Swift, which
Chubb, McKissick, Sanders.
So 2 for running back, 2 for receiver, and 1 for flex.
Okay, so let's go running backs for Chubb for sure. Gaskin for sure.
Yep. AJ Brown and MT still for me.
Yeah, and I
Deontay
think
flex.
Deontay is probably my flex. Yeah. Just slightly over McKissick. I think he's a lot safer than McKissick, so I'll go with him.
By the way, I think MT is going to go off against Philly this week. I mean, Darius Slay has not been good recently.
No, and I'm actually kind of curious. Did they use Thomas in the slot as much as they did last year?
I've been watching a lot of their games, and I've noticed he's been in the slot a good amount. I don't know the exact percentage.
I'm checking right now.
Obviously, I've been watching a lot of Saints games because I have Kamara and MT. So I'll have the red zone on one screen.
Yeah, I usually do that with my studs. It's I like to it's perfect to me when because I have 3 monitors when I have 2 guys in one game together. Because I have AJ Brown and I had Jonnu Smith in my lineup for a while. So if the Titans were playing the Texans and I had Deshaun Watson, it was perfect because you get 2 guys on each side of the ball, right? You can watch the whole game.
It was so weird because a couple weeks ago it was last week. I had Deshaun Watson and Brandon Cooks in one league. And then in the other league, I had David Johnson and Brandon Cooks, and I was facing Deshaun. So it was so weird.
Yeah, he's not playing in the slot, dude.
I've seen him I get it's mostly been on third downs when I've seen him in the slot, but I don't know. Again, it's tough to tell. I'm just looking in the backfield to start the plays anyways, and I just see where it ends up because obviously when you have Alvin Kamara, you just want to see what he does out of the backfield.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah,
that's spicy hot. Our rankings are available on our website.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to publish mine and put them on the website right now. TheFantasyStockExchange.com is how you can find them. And mine are right on the homepage. And then Danny's, you just go to rankings and go to Danny's.
Yeah, to access mine, there's a rankings tab right on the top. You click that. It'll say Danny's rankings. You click that. And mine should be out probably around tomorrow.
And I'm going to put mine on right this minute. So after this is over, you guys can check that out.
Here, I put it in the comments. Let me quickly go on the YouTube and see if I can pin it for you guys so you guys can see that.
All right. Hoping for a nice Bills game out of CEH this week. Yeah. Yeah. Bill, I'm pretty sure Clyde had 26 carries against the Bills. It was just so random. He just got so many carries. And Le'Veon, I think that was the first game that Le'Veon Bell was on the roster too. So it was not even before Le'Veon got there.
For sure. And by the way, Joel, I know you're new to the chat. That's fine. We'll get to your question. Just don't spam it a bunch of times. I'll warn you because I noticed you're new, but just we're going in order of who leaves their question. So we'll get to
we'll shut the hell up about our own fantasy teams and get to the other questions.
Yeah.
All right, a little Bobby Schmerda action. Nice.
Hoping for a nice Bills game out of CH this week. Hopefully for
Bobby Schmerda's in the chat right now.
Yeah. Bench 1 PPR Gaskins. Bench 1 out of these. I'm benching Swift. Yeah. It's nice. He's got the little Jefferson Thielen type stuff.
Yeah, that's going to be nice, man.
Yeah. Pick 1, Cup, Ayuk, or
Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson's in my top 12 this week. With DJ Moore. Yeah, with DJ Moore out in this game. I
forgot he was out, yeah.
And Curtis Samuel potentially out as a high contact as well. Robbie Anderson's going to go nuts.
Yeah, it's fine. Game starts in about a half an hour, so you still got a little bit of time there. But yeah, we'll be quick. We'll try to get through these within the next.
Yeah, we'll get through.
So. McDonald's or Chick-Fil-A? I'll actually go Chick-Fil-A there.
I've literally never had Chick-fil-A.
Really? I went there a couple.
Chick-fil-A isn't in Canada readily available. I think there is some in Canada, but it's coming to us a lot more readily available soon. So I'll have to try it out then. But I'm not even really the biggest McDonald's fan, but I've never had Chick-fil-A, so I'll just go with McDonald's.
Yeah, I've had Chick-fil-A a couple times. Basically, when we went to Ohio, uh, we were playing against the top ranked Ohio team, and they actually fed us Chick-fil-A like right before the game. It was kind of fucked. But we had the game for Friday Night Lights at I think it was like 8 or 8:30, and we had our dinner at 4 because our team was told they were going to give us like a healthy meal, and then they ended up giving us.
They gave you Chick-fil-A. Every time I've gone to Detroit or Buffalo for like a game or something, I always got like, if I got chicken, I always got KFC in the States, because KFC in the States is fucking fuego.
Oh, for sure.
Because they get like, you get the like honey hot chicken and stuff. Like, we don't have that here. We just have the original recipe shit.
My freaking my coaches were pissed when they saw that we were having Chick-fil-A like a few hours right before the game. You're like, are you kidding me? Like,
before we had a basketball tournament in Niagara Falls when I was in high school, and
Johnson, by the way.
Yeah, yes. Going on tangents again. But we had a basketball tournament in Niagara Falls when I was in high school, and we all got Wendy's before the game, and we played like complete shit. Our coach was so mad.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm moving Robbie A up for the record. He moved up to 16. But I think I'm actually going to rank Akers higher than Miles Sanders, to be honest.
I have Akers way higher than Miles Sanders.
Like,
actually, not way higher. I have him higher, but not by a lot.
I'm moving Sanders down. Here, let's get into a few more of these questions before we go on tangents again.
Yeah. So, okay, William says, yo, love the streams, y'all. Appreciate that, William. Bobby Trees, Claypool, CEH, Gallman, David Johnson, Marquis Brown, or Hilton for my flex spot this week. Okay, so Gallman. Yeah, I will go with Wayne Gallman very easily there, but Marquis Brown, for those of you that ask questions about Marquis Brown, has probably the most low-key best matchup I've ever seen.
Definitely.
Because first of all, he's against Cleveland. Cleveland all around isn't very good against receivers. Denzel Ward's still out, so that's the best corner on that team. MJ Stewart, who my team drafted, I know all about MJ Stewart, is the most unathletic corner I've ever seen. He does not meet the athletic threshold for an NFL corner, and if he is on on Marquise Brown, like PFF suggests, he is going to catch a 70-yard touchdown.
100%. Also, I'd still go with Akers over AB personally.
Yeah.
Cooks or I don't know who Robno is, but I'm going Cooks regardless. Who's Robno?
Cooks. I have no idea who that is.
Rojo,
Robbie Anderson. Like, who is that?
I'm going Cooks. Hooper, Schultz, or Ertz full PPR. If you're looking for floor, I think Schultz is definitely going to give you the target floor of them. If you're looking for ceiling, I still think it could be Ertz, simply because we don't know the dynamic of the target distribution with Ertz in the game. So, regardless,
I don't like any of those options. I'll probably go with Schultz, though, I guess.
Yeah. Do I trade Kamara and Ekeler for Mont and Henry? I won't win. Otherwise, I'm going against Henry. Wow. Okay. That's actually an interesting question. I would absolutely need to know the scoring format, because in a I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I mean, in any type of PPR, I'm keeping your side. But like, if it was a standard, I would actually consider it given the schedule of DeMont and Henry. Because
I still wouldn't consider it. Yeah. I still think I would take Kamara. I think I take Kamara straight up over Henry. I know Henry's schedule is so good that everyone's like, oh man, Derrick Henry. Like, but we're forgetting how good Alvin Kamara is. We're forgetting how good Alvin Kamara is.
In standard though?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. In standard is the only way I would actually consider it, but in any type of PPR, I'm taking the receiving upside.
Brees with a chance to come back this week. He's going to be back the week after. Alvin Kamara is going to be the RB1 in fantasy once he's back.
And this is actually an interesting one. I'm going Logan Thomas, man. I'm going Logan Thomas here.
I'll take Mike Gesicki there. He had a great week last week too. It seemed to throw the ball to him quite a bit. And the Dolphins playing the Chiefs, they might be forced to throw the ball quite a bit more. So I'll go with Mike Gesicki.
That's fair. Let's get into this. We need to catch up pretty big time.
Yeah.
We're 20 minutes behind.
Swift or Brandon Cooks? I'll go Brandon Cooks there.
Full PPR. What was the question?
That was we already answered it.
Oh, got you. Amari Claypool, AB or CEH, full PPR.
I'll take Amari Cooper there. Yeah.
Yep. Deontay Johnson or Tyler Boyd? Deontay.
Yep. Easily Deontay.
Full PPR, by the way. Yeah, I think we got you, right?
William said, okay, yeah. So he said Gallman. We picked Gallman, and he said it's full PPR. Doesn't really change my mind too much. It gives Bobby Trees a bit of an upgrade, but I'll still go Gallman.
Yep, for sure. Hey guys, Colts or Pats?
What did Kevin say? Kel's Deontay?
Oh, he was talking to Kels.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Hey guys, Colts or Pats? I'm actually gonna go with Colts there because I mean,
yeah. I'll take the Colts against the Raiders for sure.
Yeah. T.Y. Hilton or Akers? Give me Akers.
Akers easily.
Yeah. Perriman, Hunt, Judy, pick 2. I'm sitting.
I'll set Judy there.
Yeah. I was about to say that. Thoughts on Davis from Buffalo this weekend? Gabe Davis.
He's got a horrible matchup apparently.
Yeah.
The Bills play. Who do they play? Pittsburgh. Yeah, the Bills play Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football. Very sad story about that. I was supposed to be at that game. We were going to go to Niagara Falls this weekend, me and my buddies, and go to that game Sunday Night Football, Bills and Steelers. All my friends are Steelers fans, so they really wanted to go to that game.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID happened. And Gabe Davis is expected to see Cam Sutton in coverage, and Cam Sutton's been absolutely spectacular this season.
We definitely need to go to a game next year.
For sure.
Wait, the Cowboys play Tampa next year? Are we playing you guys? No, we played your division last year, didn't we?
Yeah, last year. I know Tampa plays Buffalo next year. I'm not sure if it's going to be in Buffalo or not, but hopefully it is.
I think we play the AFC West next year. So Casey.
Yeah, we play the East next year, which is nice.
Thoughts on Damon Harris tonight? I think he should be fine. I mean, the matchup is pretty tough, obviously, because the Rams have a really.
Damon Harris is going to need to score. He's going to have to get in the end zone to be good tonight.
100%. Yeah, I could definitely see it. I mean, there was like a 4-game stretch where he was getting 8+ targets in every game. I don't know what that was about.
I have him in my the showdown. I made 2 showdown lineups. The one that is for more money is the one I read earlier, but the other one that I made, I have Reynolds in that one.
For sure.
I think with the way that the cornerback matchups work in that game, I think Reynolds actually has the best matchup.
Also, I agree with that, Tyler. I think Everett's going to be the guy who pops off tonight.
Could be, yeah.
I've always just been an Everett guy. Cooper Kupp or Wayne Gallman. This is close. I'm going Gallman.
I don't think it's close. I think it's Wayne Gallman easily.
Really? It's just because I feel like Cooper Kupp's going to have a huge game.
Wayne Gallman's my RB12, dude.
Oh, he's my RB13. Okay. I'm still going Gallman regardless. But
I have Kupp at wide receiver 22. So he's still a fine. Yeah, he's still a fine play. But the Patriots corners, yes, he doesn't have Stephon Gilmore in coverage, but all the Patriots corners are good.
Why'd I act like that was such an O? I have him at 20.
Yeah. All the Patriots corners are good players. It's not just Stephon Gilmore. JC Jackson and Jonathan Jones are all good. So, I mean, Kupp sees a downgrade just in general.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, which ekeler on?
Okay. So yeah, if you guys haven't commented on my Twitter post, go to my Twitter at FootballStalk, and if you guess who the most owned one player on championship rosters is this year in fantasy, I'll give you $100 USD. But caveat: all the good answers have been taken already, so you're gonna have to dig deep and throw out Brashad Perriman or something.
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley's been said already.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
There's not a lot of guys left. So Spicy Hot, no, you were not the first to put Ekeler on my post.
Rip.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, damn. I need a flex. Ooh, wow. I'm going.
I have to make a decision between these guys too.
I'm going CH, except for Gurley. You don't have Gurley.
So Leroy, it's gonna depend what you need. Do you need ceiling or do you need? Actually, both these guys are low floors. Yeah. Target floor, I guess Chark has the higher floor, but man, I'll go with Chark if it's a full PPR, half PPR. I'll go with CEH.
Got you.
Yeah.
Cards or Colts D? Colts.
Yeah, I'll go with Colts C.
Akers or Shepard with Daniel Jones back PPR. I'm still going Akers.
Yeah, full PPR though.
Yeah. I'm.
That's closer because Shepard is quite good in a full PPR, but I will go with Akers slightly.
Yeah, for sure. And then he also said Dobbins or Shepard. I'm going.
If it's a full PPR, also, I'm still going Dobbins.
Yeah. CH going to explode this week, but could I have him in my top 15? Hopefully.
Well, I just took him out of my lineup for J.K. Dobbins. I think I'm pretty much accepted the fact that whatever one I pick, it's going to be wrong.
Also, that's a pretty solid looking lineup. If I do say so myself, Manu.
Yeah.
Guys, I lost Gibson, maybe Hopkins. Wow.
Hopkins won't be out for the game. I know he's dealing with a back and chest injury or something like that. He should be fine though.
I mean, what do we think about this? Obviously, that's a tough spot to be in. I'd actually like to know your backup options, waiver options, how you can recover after that. Because losing Gibson, especially, I think Hopkins is going to play, but losing Gibson, especially to that turf toe, is a huge blow.
Yeah, anyone who has Gibson is definitely hurting right now, and I have him in one of my leagues that I'm really good. But my team's so good, it doesn't even matter. I lost Gibson in that league, and I still have Dobbins and Swift as my RB3 because I have Dalvin and Ekeler as my RB1 and 2. So, I don't even care that I lost Gibson. My team's so good.
Any news on the AJ Brown ankle? He didn't practice. He
hasn't practiced Wednesdays in 5 weeks, to be honest. Every Wednesday he doesn't practice, and no one and everyone freaks out, and he's fine. I can't remember if he practiced today or not. I think he did. I'm not exactly sure.
He didn't practice for the last 2 days, and if he doesn't practice tomorrow, It's concerning for his overall look of the
He
game.
didn't practice there. He was limited in practice.
Did not practice Thursday.
Okay, that's a little bit concerning with the ankle injury because we saw when it happened, it kind of looked like he tore his Achilles, to be honest, and I was really scared. I was like, oh, crap, AJ Brown just went down. But, I mean, he played through it. It's probably swelled up a little bit since the week has gone on. I'd imagine he's going to play. I don't think there's a chance he misses this game.
And Joel, we're to your question. Good patience there. Just noticed you're new in the chat, so we gave you a little bit of the rules. Out of those, I'm actually going with the Pats. Again, Chiefs are playing the Bills, I believe, or no?
The Dolphins. It's a pretty good matchup for the.
I just don't think that. I don't think that the Dolphins are a team that's going to be able to put the ball on the ground or turn the ball over remotely because they know what their strengths are as a team. They're going to play solid defense. They're going to have an overall good coaching philosophy scheme coming into that game. And they're going to tell
defenses are on the road too, which is not usually ideal when you're playing a defense. I'll go with the Patriots defense as well. I think both quarterbacks are capable of making mistakes. I'll acknowledge Tua could have a bad game, but I think Goff, like the Pats defense is better. Yeah. And it has more playmakers on the back end. Like one of the guys on the Pats leads the league in interceptions. So I'll go with the Pats.
Also, if you're looking at, you're talking about JC Jackson.
Yeah.
I was also going to talk about it in terms of if you're going into the game, right? The game plan of the Dolphins isn't going to have Tua throwing the ball 45, 50 times.
No.
Not to mention, on the flip side, if Jared Goff is throwing the ball again around 45, 50 times, which we have seen in recent weeks, we've seen he's prone to being able to turn the ball over a few times. I mean, especially against Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's going to know this guy's strengths and weaknesses at this point, having played him a couple years ago in the Super Bowl, having seen him progress through this season. I mean, Bill Belichick.
You're not going to let him take underneath stuff like he does. Like Tampa Bay, when we played the Rams, they just let him take underneath routes all day. And I don't know why the hell they did it. Bill Belichick isn't stupid.
Yeah.
He's not going to let them do that.
Absolutely.
He's going to get in those receivers' face and make Goff beat them or the receivers beat their corners one-on-one.
Why do I think they're making the playoffs, man?
What? New England?
I have a gut feeling New England's going to sneak in, man.
If they do, that'll be really impressive.
Yeah. Like I feel like they'll get like 9-7, get the 7 seed, like sneak past like the Raiders and like.
Is Cam the quarterback next year? Like who do you think is the QB?
Draft one. If they don't make the playoffs,
I think they're way more likely to go get a veteran than they are to draft one.
What if they ended up with Darnold?
They could. They could end up with Darnold. They could end up with Wentz.
I can see Wentz. I could actually see that. The only thing, the way I look at it though, is it's going to be so hard for Philly to actually move off of him. Because think about it. I'm not giving up a pick to take Wentz. I'm expecting a pick. I'm expecting a pick
needs to get Wentz, to be honest. I said these are the top 3 landing spots, and I missed the biggest one. It's the Colts, man.
Yeah,
they have Frank Reich there. Frank Reich was with Carson Wentz his MVP season or his MVP caliber season. And they have so much cap space, and they never use it.
Not to mention, man, first of all, the team that's getting Wentz should be the one that's getting the pick. As crazy as that
honestly,
sounds.
Yeah.
That's how bad
the contract is. But to be honest, though, they can restructure it and they can work out in the deal. If the Eagles want to pick, they can be like, okay, we'll give you a 3rd round pick for Carson Wentz.
But you have to take on
you have to take we'll eat some of the cap space so you don't have to eat some of it or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it's crazy that we got to this point with Wentz, but he's genuinely been one of the worst.
He's done in Philadelphia. He can't play anymore.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to change the scenery. Like he has to go to a better situation.
And it makes me happy as a Cowboys fan. I love seeing the Eagles crumble.
Yeah, remember when Wentz and Dak was a debate? Jeez.
Oh, I never understood.
It was always a debate. They were always two talented quarterbacks. My opinion on it was always shut the hell up. You guys both have franchise quarterbacks, but I guess not anymore.
I've always cited this, man. But 2017, you know why Wentz had that quote unquote MVP caliber season?
Frank Reich?
Not that, but third down. First and second down, he's been statistically similar every single year in his career. But in third down in 2017, he was literally like the most efficient quarterback we've seen in looking like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, he was a big regression guy. I remember he got the regression hard.
Yeah.
When going into the 2018 season, everyone's like, no, he's not going to play that good again.
Oh, for sure. And it was basically just third down. I actually looked at the statistical analysis of his season, and literally like his efficiency was here on like first and second down, and on third down it was literally like here. Like it was insane. And like how was that maintained over the course of the season? I don't know, but it caught up to him. For sure. They'll get to you, bro.
That was he was talking to Joel.
Give me
Hopkins probably not going to be out, but if he is out, I will take Mike Williams there. Even though Cole Beasley's been good and he's a fine start as well, but Mike Williams has the Falcons, so I'll take Mike.
I was gonna say in any type of PPR, I'd probably go Beasley.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Harris or David Johnson PPR. I think I have David Johnson higher just simply because I trust him a little bit more in terms of touch overall outlook of the game. By the way, I was right, eh? I said that targets would be distributed to the running backs of Houston, and I think Duke Johnson had like 6 or 7 catches.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Cooks was also out for a good portion of that game too, though.
I think that mostly influenced the Kuki Kuti output and Chad Hansen.
Yeah, Scott Hansen's brother.
Do you know who Justin Gamble is?
No.
Okay, his Gamscout on Twitter. He actually blocked me because I roasted him the other day for a bad take. Like he was getting on me about how fucking Baron Browning was a better linebacker prospect than Micah Parsons. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like we're talking about like a 5th round fucking Ohio State linebacker over a guy who's going to go in the top 10. Like take it easy. Anyways, this guy's going off. And I literally, my friend made a video of all of his like bad takes over the years. And he sent it to me and I put it as a reply and he blocked me. But one of the takes was like, Chad Hansen is a top 15 talent in this class, yada, yada.
What year was this?
Like 2016 or 17. And then another one of the takes was like, it actually baffles my mind that anybody would take Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes over Deshaun Kaiser or Mitch Trubisky in this draft. Like leading up to the draft, he was like, there's no way you could take any two of those guys over Trubisky or Kaiser.
Yeah, a lot of people liked Kaiser. I never got that.
No, but it was hilarious. There was like a bunch of these takes. It was just like a video like dun, 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 dun,
all right, let's rip through these questions. We got a couple minutes till this game starts.
Where was Dylan's question? He said non-PPR. Where was it?
I'm looking. He said Cup, Ayuk, or Robbie Anderson. Doesn't matter. Still Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, same. Damn, Bush, you missing out.
Yeah, I'm big out, apparently.
I love how we always spell your name with the C like the beer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how my last name is actually spelled. So
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I just always associate you with like the bush, like the fucking hedge. Who should I pick? I'd need to know your options.
Well, he said if Hopkins is out, who should I start? Slayton, Mike Williams, or Beasley? If it's the same options, then I'll go with Mike Williams still, or Beasley if it's a full PPR. If it's a full position, I don't know what. I'm guessing it's still the same options.
I thought that said who should I pick up? So
okay.
I'm stuck on 2 decisions: quarterback Cam or Ryan, running back Sanders or Peterson, with or without Swift. Help me, boys.
I will go Matt Ryan easily over Cam Newton. Cam Newton, I'm not starting against this Rams defense. And I would Sanders or Peterson with or without Swift. Okay, so Sanders if Swift plays, but Peterson by a mile if Swift is out for this game.
Yeah, for sure. I actually have Cam at quarterback 20 this week, so
I have Cam at quarterback like 24 or something. Like I have him so low.
Fast food in the States is truly on another level. Big fat.
Yeah, it 100% is.
I'd gain like 50 pounds again if I fucking went down there. CH or Akers?
I'll take Carr there.
I think I have Akers one spot higher.
What?
Let me check. It's close for me.
I have Akers at 24 and CH at 19, so I'll take Akers. I'll take Carr.
Okay, I have Akers at 21 and CH 22, so like they're back to back. Best player to flex: Cam Akers, C Higgins, Cooks for me.
Yeah, I'll go with Brandon Cooks there.
Yep. Bojangles has the best chicken. It's only in the South though. I've
heard of Bojangles.
The only place in the South I've ever been in the States has been Florida. And,
I mean, that counts as the South. They probably have Bojangles there.
Probably. David Montgomery or Kamara this week? Full PPR
Kamara.
I know the matchup for Monty's nice, but you just don't not play Kamara.
How do you sit? Like I'm so curious what other options are if you're sitting Kamara.
Dude, like I could be at quarterback and I wouldn't sit Kamara.
Yeah.
Hollywood has been disappointing. Oh, definitely.
Oh, he has. But in the last 4 games, he's gotten 7+ targets in 3 of his last 4 games. And Lamar is starting to look better as a passer. And this matchup is just ridiculously good for Hollywood.
Is this the Lamar 30-point week?
It could be. Yeah, I think so.
I think it is, man.
Yeah.
Especially if Marquis Brown is going up against MJ Stewart, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I think he's actually going to get some work done through the air this week.
Speaking of Lamar, I'm going Andrews here. If Andrews is playing, I'm definitely starting.
Yeah, Andrews my tight end 2 this week on the week.
He's my tight end 4. He's
my over Waller. I have him over Waller because Cleveland is allowing anyone and everyone to score on them at the tight end position. McCole Pruitt scored 2 touchdowns last week, and Anthony Ferkser had like 70 yards. Like they feast to tight ends.
The only 3 guys I have ahead of Andrews right now are obviously Kelce. We all know that. Waller, and then TJ Hawkinson still.
Yeah, I just have Kelce ahead of him. So
yeah, that's fair. Hawker Ebron this week. Speaking, you're in a really good spot for the record.
Yeah, you're in a good spot, but you don't like.
Hawkinson.
I mean, TJ Hawkinson and Eric Ebron, in my opinion, neither of them you sit at any point. But I'll go with TJ Hawkinson. He's been the better guy this year.
For the record, I have Hawkinson at 3, and I think Ebron at 6. Yeah, Ebron.
Yeah,
at 6.
I have Ebron at 8 and Hawkinson at like 4. I think.
Yeah. Colts or Niners D. Give me Colts there. I miss it. CH, Chark, Kirk, or Gurley. Go with CH.
Yeah,
for me personally.
I would go with CEH, but I'm not confident in it. My other lenience is Chark, though.
Hey, Spicy, you're saying that about the Raiders. You can't say that the Cowboys wait till the Cowboys draft defense and are good on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders have drafted defense. You need them to hit.
Oh, and we need to get a new defensive coordinator.
Yeah, oh my God. Remember when you thought he was going to be good?
Man, okay. The reason why I'm like, okay, he'll be okay or serviceable. I thought it'd be like top 20 type defense. Serviceable. The reason being the lack of overall like instincts that we showed on defense last year in terms of attacking the ball in the air. I'm like, okay, maybe that improves with a different coach, different philosophy. But all he did was set a system that literally confused everybody on defense. Like, you got a young fucking defense. Why are you trying to implement shit in a COVID shortened offseason?
Yeah, dude, that's what Mike Smith did in Tampa Bay. It was the dumbest shit ever. He's like, you know, you're a bad coach when you say, I don't have the players to run my system. That is the mark of a bad coach. And Mike Smith said it on numerous occasions. And I was like, yo, this guy is terrible. Why is he saying, like, look, Brian Flores turned like half of the Dolphins roster last year in undrafted free agents and put out like a top 20 defense.
Yeah, no, it was insane. And now he's got a top 5 defense in the league despite having...
like, it's ridiculous. Like, any coach that says they need the horses or they need like good players to run their defense has a bad philosophy and can't like manufacture a defense around players' strengths.
Realistically, other than their cornerback room, is there any part of the Dolphins defense as a talent that's actually elite? Like, their defensive line is kind of...
Like, I mean, how the way the Patriots defense works or the way that Flores runs his defense is good corner play. So he is kind of doing like a system or a scheme or whatever. So from that aspect, you kind of do need like the horses, but he also ran it with bad corners last year.
No, but I'm saying he doesn't have a lot of like talent on that defense.
No,
he's got
Van Noy is a good player.
Van Noy, Andrew Van Ginkel's been playing well.
Yeah,
like
the linebackers.
He doesn't have any real like stars or superstars on that defense. In terms of the philosophy, the scheme, guys buying into what they're doing and making it. The thing that I've loved about the past defense over the years is they just keep it simple. Gap integrity. Do what your job is. I don't need you to get 15 sacks a year. If I can have a bunch of guys getting 6 sacks and a bunch of guys filling in for tackles.
Yeah, just don't miss tackles. Defense. Play the ball. Like, that's all you really need to do.
Whereas
do your job, literally.
Whereas like Mike Nolan literally turned what was 2 years ago one of the better young linebacking duos in the league. Both of them look like dog shit this year. Both like if you watch Leighton Vander Esch try to stop
that was so funny. Oh my God, that play on Lamar, that was hilarious. Dude, okay, anyway, we got to rip through these last questions before this game starts in case we got any. Okay, so he says Akers or Gaskin, half PPR. Anyone? Gaskin is the play right there. You do not sit Gaskin for Cam Akers.
If you need ceiling, I like Chark.
Yeah, if you need ceiling, I definitely like Chark, and it's a standard league too. Chark is a big time deep threat guy. I'm interested to know why this is an option. Ramsey or Higbee? Maybe it's DraftKings. I don't know. Ramsey. I'll take Ramsey too. Yeah. 6th place trying to win in the playoffs. Yeah. I'm in the same position as you. So, I'm a 6th seed in 2 of my or no, not 2 of my leagues. I'm a 6th seed in 1 of my 4 leagues. For sure. And anytime, Joel. Glad to see you in the chat. Appreciate your the respect. I mean to say Brandon Cooks or Robbie Anderson. I like Cooks personally. I like Robbie. I know you like. So as much as that helps, it's a great matchup for Robbie Anderson too. AJ Boye got suspended, so he's no longer on the Broncos back end. Bryce Callahan's on IR. Isang Bassi tore his ACL. Like, they have literally no corners right now. Michael Ojemudia is their only corner that was like even remotely in their starting lineup from the beginning of the season. So I know that didn't really help you there, Owen, but we're split. Dobbins or Akers? Give me Dobbins there. Yeah. Gallman, Robbie H. Choose one, Gallman. I still take Robbie Anderson. Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Full PPR. Fair. My only running back left is Gus Bus. Top 5 waivers. I'd absolutely pick up Bernard. Yeah, I would much rather start Bernard than Gus Edwards. Absolutely. Bernard's a starting running back in the Dallas Cowboys. Would you start Booker over Bernard if Jacobs is out? No. No,
Bernard's
I don't
playing
think
the
I would
Cowboys.
either, but it's just worth noting.
Bernard playing the Cowboys, yeah. I kind of want
I
Cam.
wouldn't if I were you. If I was a
He's
Patriots
such
fan,
a bad passer, man.
he's not. He's cooked.
Yeah, I think CMC's a lock still to go first.
Yeah,
man. I know
he's probably the first pick still.
If you picked him this year, you ate the bullet. But man, like he's literally averaging 30 PPR points per game in the 4 games he's played.
Yeah.
Like I understand it's such a small sample. Actually, did you see what I sent in the group chat today? Somebody's like, "Oh, I know people like dogging on Mixon in this app, disrespectful." Yada, yada, yada.
Like that guy's a Mixon truther. Like dude, you gotta. It's such take lock, man.
Dude, RB9 on points per game, dude. He played 6 games this year.
He had one 40-point game.
43% of his full PPR production came in 1 game.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking idiot!
Right.
How do people like that?
Says, hey fellas, should I start Bobby Trees or Juju? Start Juju Smith-Schuster there.
By the way, like, how do people like that have 4,000 followers on Twitter?
I have no idea.
Like, it boggles my mind. Carson Wentz for the Pats. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, give me Gaskin there, Fady or Fadi or whatever. Let me know how you pronounce it. But last question, LOL. Who wins this week? Me, Rogers, Kamara. Flex versus Herbert. That's gonna be a nail biter. It might come down to the tight end production there.
I like your lineup better.
Yeah.
You got a lot of ceiling guys this week. Rodgers has a huge ceiling this week. Kamara, maybe not so much, but Ekeler has a great ceiling against the Falcons. Ridley has a great ceiling against the Chargers. Robbie Anderson, massive ceiling. You got a lot of ceiling plays, so I'll go with you.
I'm just looking at it too. Devontae and Henry, though. Like, they got the one at each position.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's definitely
scary. But you have 5-6 guys that could go off for like 35 points.
I think that's going to be a nail biter. Like, yeah. Where do y'all have?
I just moved him. I just did this in the start
24 for me right now.
I'm at 11.
I'll move him up for me when I hear more positive reports, but
he's off of the COVID reserve list. So I have him at 11, right behind David Montgomery and right ahead of Jonathan Taylor and Wayne Gallman is where I have James Conner.
I just want to know. Here, give me a second. I'm a little boggling. I just want to hear more positive news. I just want to see that he's actually coming back to practice, that he's getting to practice on room. Because again, obviously with the COVID list, well, I mean, he did test positive. I know, like he's since been taken off the reserve list, but given that he's had cancer, I kind of want to see how his respiratory system really adjusts to like cutting back into play. Because I mean, that loss of time that he had, I know he's a professional athlete, but still, again, he had cancer, as we've mentioned with Edwin Porras and stuff. Like that genuinely affects your system for the rest of your life. Obviously, I mean, you're getting freaking leukemia. So
yeah,
I
don't see him on the practice report, dude.
What was it? Was it leukemia or Hodgkin's lymphoma? It was one of those two.
It was Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Okay. Either way, like it affects your system for the rest of your life.
I don't think he was on the practice report. I can't tell if it's because he was activated off the COVID list or if he just didn't have any issues.
Look at Tyler and Owen at the bottom of the chat. Man, I'm in no way saying, "Oh gosh, come on."
Right, let's rip through these last questions.
Okay, Tyler, I know that there's a lack of weapons, but it's just so easy to tell that Cam just doesn't have any type of mechanical talent, if you will, at throwing the ball at this point. Like he can chuck it far, but that's about it at this point.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about him. Like, he's a good fantasy quarterback. I'll give you that. We dropped Mixon for. I don't think Mixon's going to play for the rest of the year, so I definitely do it for Dobbins.
Yeah, for Dobbins, 100%. Yeah,
like, I'd probably still keep him as a guest spot simply because, like, if he does play one game, that's probably going to give you more than one guest spot for the whole year. But full PPR pick 2. I am sitting Akers there personally.
I would sit Gordon.
Fair. Full point, 12 man. AP and Jeff Wilson over Edmonds and Fournette. I have to sit Fournette for sure.
Fournette's unstartable. Don't start Fournette.
Yeah. I'd go with those two over.
I think I would start Edmonds over Jeff Wilson. The Giants are really good on the ground at defending running backs, but they're a little bit more susceptible to pass catching running backs. So I'll go with Edmonds and AP, and that's assuming Swift doesn't play. Even if Swift is in, I think I would start AP over those guys.
AP is the only known I have there. Especially, but if Swift plays,
I think I would still start him over those guys. To be honest,
definitely.
Those other options are not good. So.
For sure. Yeah, we reached on so many defensive backs 2 years ago and missed on them. Farrell isn't great. And yeah, Abrams a walking suspension. Or a walking fine.
That guy should he'd be such a better player if he played like in 2003 because the dude can't cover. He just hits and tackles. Like I mean, he's like, you can't really do anything with a safety of that skill set in 2020.
For sure. Rest of the season, I'm going Colin Johnson, man.
I'll take Christian Kirk there. I don't believe in Colin Johnson.
Man, I didn't mind him coming out of Texas.
I don't believe in Colin Johnson.
Man, I picked him up in a couple leagues. I'm like, fuck it, may as well take it. He had like 0.1% ownership on NFL Fantasy, and I had an extra bench spot, and there was really nobody else on waivers. So I'm like, okay, fuck it, let me just stash him at the end of the bench. I have Chark, see what happens. And yeah, I actually think he could be good, man, because I've always thought he was a pretty good receiver overall, and now he's finally getting the opportunity. So,
yeah. Okay, so he meant pick up, talking about Antonio Gibson. Yeah, we'd have to know what your options are there.
Yeah, definitely. Rams or Panthers? Give me the Rams easily.
Yeah, Rams easily.
No question. But in the playoffs, keep it the great word. Appreciate that, Papa Lepre. As we see your son a couple comments down, finishing up his live stream. You love to see it. Second try was the right way. Thanks. No problem, Fadi. Lose. All right, relax. Oh, Lucas might like that.
Nice. Has small corn.
With the corn.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes. Dr. Danny here.
You guys have Jacoby Myers in tonight in a DFS lineup only. Do not play Jacoby Myers in a redraft league.
Exactly. Unless it's like a 20-man league.
Yeah, or it's like a dynasty league and you have like 10 flex spots.
This is close, man. I think I have them back to back right now. Let me see which one I have higher.
That's not close to me.
Really?
Yeah. What do I have? I have Woods at 23.
Fair. I have McLaurin
at like 16.
I have McLaurin at 19 and Woods at 22. So, I mean, it's closer for me. Yo, what's up, Marvelous? Nice seeing you in the chat. CMC. This is CMC. CMC.
I honestly think Saquon's is going to be a monster next year. I don't know why. I just think he's going to have an Adrian Peterson like off the torn ACL season.
Man, I'm still not taking him in the top 3.
You're not?
No.
Oh, I am.
I'm taking.
Look at what Gallman's doing right now.
I get that, but I'm still taking, like, if it's a half or full PPR regardless, I'm taking CMC and Kamara for sure over him. And then he'd be in like that tier with like Henry, him, and like
Derrick. I would take Derrick Henry over him. I would take those 3 guys over him, but I would take Saquon 4. I would take Saquon over Dalvin.
Dalvin. I'd take Dalvin over him. The problem too is when Zeke gets his offensive line and Dak back too, like he's gonna go back to being a top 5 running back.
I don't think so. I think Zeke's gonna be a mid-second round pick next year.
No fucking chance.
I think so.
Not a bro. Zeke's gonna have his full off. Like he's missing
at minimum. Okay, the highest I see Zeke going next year is top like 12, top 10. I don't think he ever gets back to the top 5.
That is crazy, bro.
I don't think he gets back to the top 5 next year.
Can we just give the context for Zeke that he's missing 4 starting offensive linemen, his starting quarterback, and a starting tight end on the offense?
I understand that, dude, but that's not how people think. People are going to pick him like top 12, top 10.
He's still I'm still going to have him as like my RB5 in redraft.
I don't think I'm going to have him.
He's going to be around there. Absolutely. Like I'd still take him.
You're 2 I would take over. The guys that we just mentioned, those 4 guys that we just mentioned, those are 5 guys that we just mentioned, all of them over Zeke.
That's fair. That's fair to have them over. I'd
take Ekeler over him too.
In half PPR now.
I would
in full PPR. I would.
Justin Herbert in the second year. Are you kidding me? You want to take Ekeler
in full PPR? Absolutely.
Okay. Would you take? Who else do we got? Any of the rookie running backs this year?
No.
Like what happens if Mark Ingram gets cut?
No, I'm still taking Zeke.
Okay. What happens if no Jonathan Taylor, no Clyde, like none of those guys? I think I would still take Zeke over those guys.
Absolutely.
And if Jonathan Taylor or if Mark Ingram got cut or something like that, I would probably take Dobbins over Zeke.
I don't know. I mean, Dobbins' ceiling is what we've seen from Zeke already in the past. And like Zeke is gonna end up back there with a better offensive line coming.
Dude, Dobbins playing at Dobbins' age.
Like no, I know, but like we're forgetting. Like I get dynasty, yeah, you could have Dobbins over Zeke, obviously because of the age. But we're forgetting that Zeke had 2 undrafted free agents starting at tackle. A rookie,
dude, so does Dobbins.
A rookie 5th round pick.
So does Dobbins.
Zach Martin's missed time.
Dobbins misses Ronnie Stanley, Marshall Yonda, all these guys. He's mentioned all those dudes.
He's never played with Marshall Yonda, first of all. Second of all.
Okay, sorry, he's missing Ronnie Stanley and they only have Skura starting from their starting offensive line.
But Zeke's missing 4 starters and his starting quarterback. And he was still a top 6 or 7 running back even when Dak was healthy because of how potent the offense was.
Zeke, I don't know. I don't think Zeke.
I feel the reason why Zeke kind of gets slandered is because he's probably never going to be the overall RB1. Is he going to be a top 3 or 4 running back when he's healthy? Most likely. But the fact is, like, he doesn't have like that Kamara, like 35-point week or like that Dalvin 48. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't really do that because that's not the type of player he is.
Yeah, Spicy Hot makes a good point. I'll take Nick Chubb over Zeke any day of the week.
No, not in redraft.
I would.
No. Talent-wise, yeah, but like with Kareem Hunt still going to be attached there, the receiving work's never going to be at the level of what Zeke's going to give you.
I'll still take Nick Chubb.
Like, they're going to – if the offensive line and Dak stays healthy, they're probably going to produce similar rushing numbers. Like, Chubb's going to be obviously a lot more efficient and probably score more rushing touchdowns, but Zeke's going to give you way more in the receiving game. That's the difference there.
But sure.
Well, I mean, Chubb's going to be a 20-25 reception type back.
So all right,
he's going to give you 45.
I got to get out here and
let's get into this. Isn't John Wilkes Booth the guy that killed the president? I forget which president, but
John Wilkes Booth killed Abraham Lincoln, Lee Harvey Oswald, supposedly killed John F. Kennedy. A lot of people think there was multiple shooters and all that kind of stuff.
Fair enough. Sorry for my lack of American history. Myers over
Cam Akers already breaking a long run. Nice. Love to see that.
Yeah, Myers over Patterson. Assuming that's Cordero. He fits the Raider culture. He plays with smelling.
He actually does really fit the Raider culture. That is true. I think Jacobs is the definition of a Raider. I think Ruggs is a lot like a Raider too. Okay, I'm a closet Raiders fan.
I would need to know a little bit about like what other teams, what other needs you would need.
Plus this week. I mean, Robbie Anderson's a great guy that could get 25 plus this week. I think he has a great ceiling this week. AJ Brown against Jacksonville's another guy that could be really good this week.
First of all, you said that, but Tyler, I literally won yesterday, so I don't know what you're talking about, or the other day, so I don't know what you're talking about. Last time I checked, I think you came in last every single game. I'm just saying, Tyler. So relax there. Okay, Nick, I get you finished first place about 50% of the time, but like take it easy over there. Big shot. Zeke went. Yeah, Cowboys haters are making me sick. Should I start Cup? Yeah, I need to know your other options, but he's good.
Yeah, I guess we're too late.
Danny has a 99. Oh yeah, my Madden Mobile team used to be gross.
Ew.
A lot of corn, bro. Wait till Chubb gets really good in pass catching. If it happens, absolutely, he'd be a top 3 or 4 overall pick. But the problem is, he's not at this point. We haven't seen him giving you more than 2 catches a game, 32 total catches on the year. Just for the record, like on pace. Like, I don't know. I love Chubb as a real life player, though. It's just the problem is his fantasy value is always going to be tied down because of that receiving output. Mm-hmm. Chubb and AJ Brown, A-Rob, Hersey. Do you need to win this week? Because if you don't, I'd go with the CMC side pretty significantly.
He said he needed to win this week.
Oh, meant to say Kamara, not CMC. So Kamara, Mostert, and Robbie A. Is that AJ Brown or A-Rob, or AJ Brown and A-Rob?
I think it's or A-Rob.
Okay, then if that's or A-Rob, I'm doing the side with the Kamara, Mostert, and Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm drafting Chubb for a 3rd year in a row next year. Yeah. He's probably going to end up being in the late first area, and I think his value is probably around there. The only 2 or 3 receivers that are going to go in the first round, it's going to be Adams and it's going to be Hill, and like maybe one other sneaks into the first round next year. Like,
yeah.
Akers 35-yard run. Like if Thomas has a huge finish to the year with Breeze, I can see him still being a first round pick by next year.
I wish if AJ Brown got 15 or like 10 to 15 targets a game, he'd be a first round.
If he got Davis targets, Corey Davis on his own team. No cap.
I don't know if we're talking about the fact that Keenan Allen might deserve to be a first round receiver next year.
Gallman there, Kara. And absolutely going over it, like
Keenan Allen has had 1 game since Justin Herbert took over the starting job where he has had less than double-digit targets.
Healthy Ridley sneak in?
No.
Okay. DK?
No, I don't think so. No. I don't think he would go in the first round.
Why do I feel like no matter where Justin Jefferson's go, it's going to be it's going to be too low?
I believe I've said that already.
I agree, though.
He's going to be. He'll probably be. If he's okay, I would pick Justin Jefferson as high as the back of the 2nd round. Yeah.
Yes.
He's like probably pick. I'm going to own him in every single league.
Like I'm telling you right now, I was talking about it into a group chat, right? outside of maybe like the top 7 or 8, maybe 9 running backs, like I'd probably prefer Justin Jefferson to the rest of them. Like right now, if we're going into next year, Justin Jefferson or Josh Jacobs in a half PPR. And that's probably right around the that's probably right around the cutoff range, though, right?
Yeah, that's probably the cutoff.
Josh Jacobs is going to be a late first, early second round pick. Justin
I
Jefferson.
don't think so, dude. I think Jacobs will be a mid-second, late second round pick.
Okay, it's someone that the industry's higher on. Like I'm 1,000% taking Jefferson over Sanders. Yes, yeah. Absolutely. Is JT going to end up that high next year?
Yeah,
like if he continues
I
to roll?
think if JT continues to play really well, I will take him over Jefferson next year.
Yeah. I need to see what happens with James Robinson before I even say where he's going to go next year. Well, like, I need to see the Jags off.
Stand by the fact that James Robinson is going to be irrelevant for fantasy next year. I'm going to keep saying it.
Like, is James? I think he's better than Jordan Howard.
He's Philip Lindsay, man. He's Philip Lindsay. I'm telling you right now, that's what he is.
He's not built like Lindsay. I think Jordan Howard's
not. But I'm saying his fantasy relevance and the lifeline or life cycle of his fantasy relevance is ending this year or midway through next year.
I mean, the way I look at it too, like Robinson reminds me a little bit of Jordan Howard. His first year rushing was like super efficient, but we'll see. Yeah, I got 12th pick this year. Kind of hoping for first next year, hopefully.
Yeah, I need a high pick next year. I keep getting late picks.
And Jefferson or Tyler Jefferson, second round. I get that Cousins scares you so much, but Jefferson is having the best rookie season since we've seen Odell Beckham in 2014. Odell Beckham's quarterback was Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Eli Manning wasn't keeping Odell Beckham out of the top 5 overall players picked in fantasy.
Yeah.
If Justin Jefferson's going in the late second.
And Kirk Cousins better than you think, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback.
Kirk Cousins is probably around the 15th, 16th best quarterback in the league or so.
It's like a tier of Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, and a bunch of other guys in that range. Matt Ryan, probably too.
And Tyler, are you talking dynasty? I'm talking redraft.
I'm talking redraft, dude. Late second round pick. I will pick Justin Jefferson in redraft next year.
The top 4 receivers in dynasty. Flip your order any way you can, in my opinion. I personally would have CeeDee Lamb in the top 5, but I know that's a biased opinion. So
CeeDee Lamb like 15.
Okay, but either way, we'll say the top 4 around dynasty is most likely going to be any type of order of Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, and Justin Jefferson. That's going to go in any type of order because of age, because of production, and because of ceiling. That's probably how it's going to go.
Okay, let's right through the questions on here, and then I seriously have to leave. So,
yeah, just don't pick a quarterback at 12 next year, but at least you're able to flip him
again.
I gotta go. See you Sunday, Spicy.
Yeah.
You think Gibson will be? Yes.
I think Gibson's gonna be a first rounder next year.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a top 15 pick.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a first rounder.
Like wait. Let's go over this, right? Okay. Miles Sanders was a top 9 overall pick, and Gibson by far outplayed them in comparatively in their rookie years. Yeah. Not to mention the outlook going into next year for Gibson compared to what it was between his rookie and sophomore years for Sanders. Like Gibson could be dealing with a top 3 overall, top 4 overall type selected quarterback, an improved offensive line because Washington's going to improve it either way.
Yeah.
And overall, they should be a better team.
Maybe they add another receiver too.
So, I mean, Gibson to me is going to be a perennial top 10 type fantasy back at minimum. I think he's going to end up getting in that 6 to 8 type area.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking? Yeah, no, we're talking redraft. Pick 2. The 2 I would bench there are Sanders and depending on the.
I mean, I guess the game already started. I would have benched.
Oh yeah,
Miles Sanders there.
It's fair, yeah. LMAO can't. Not a chance, Tyler. I think I made the playoffs in all my dynasty leagues except for the one. Actually, even the one I'm tanking in, we're tanking and we made the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. All right, we gotta head out of here.
Take it easy. Yeah, I gotta fucking study and watch the game. Take it easy, y'all.
See it.